Revolution is my name. It's time to gather the faithful and propose a toast to ending the epoch of indifference that we live in. The curtain has been pulled back, and if you are here, you want to see more. And you will on Blockchain Basement.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
About to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're going to get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we...
Oh, baby. Welcome to Blockchain Basement. All of my degenerates here. We have got a fantastic show for you this Friday, special Friday episode in the dictatorship. Welcome one, welcome all. Hang on a second.
Hold on.
Here we go. This is how we do it, baby. This is how we do it. Don't grimace.
It sounded
This
so
is a
good.
beautiful thing. Hang on.
Touch.
Oh my gosh. Tastes like Talladega.
Yeah. That was awesome. I went to Talladega. That Talladega was popping this year.
All right, chat. I see you. Dusto, Anecdotal Smith, Cali Crypto Dude, Lost Prophet, Crit Cats, Captain Daddy, Husker Dan, Michael Hall, Crypto Halligan, Jay Waffleman, Married AF, Pablo Guerrero, Menawak, BNH Baker, Alaskan BTC, Michael Moore, Big Daddy, Captain Daddy. A lot of fathers in here. Flippa Frank, Crypto King, Small Face, No Toe. Weird every time I say it. Thank you all for joining me, the Dictator, here in the basement. If you're here, you're part of my secret police. Thank you. And if you're not feeling like you're part of the secret police, like you feel like you're out of the loop, well, get in the Discord, you weirdo, because that's where all the weird stuff is happening. There is a Blockchain Basement Discord. There's a place where you can go and find the truth. You can be a part of the secret police. You can listen to TJ say things. And then Taco actually has some pretty great crypto alpha. Who do we have running the board today? Owen.
Where are you at?
Young Owen. And then you'll see a special guest, first time on the show. Hang on, let's cut. Look, right behind Owen is Vanessa, junior writer. Vanessa, Drew, give me your microphone. Vanessa, introduce yourself.
Oh, hello, I'm Vivian.
Vanessa, sorry. Vivian, this is Vivian. I do know her name.
It's okay.
There's another Vanessa that's been on our show like 3 or 4 times on Around the Blockchain. Vivian, fantastic. She just started here. She got everyone coffees this morning. She's doing investigative journalism, graduated from KSU. She's fantastic, has a great attitude. Vivian, thank you for being on the show. This will probably be her last time here.
Go Owls, right?
Go Owls. Now, is there a specific breed of owl that like the KSU owl is, or just a generic Harry Potter?
Yeah, Hogwarts.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You ever see an owl's ear? Y'all see that clip yesterday?
Bro, that's
Dude,
disgusting.
Their skull.
Yeah, nuts, man.
You can see the back of their eyeball.
Oh.
It's it's like hidden behind their feathers. You got like, so weird.
Yeah, just looked uncomfortable.
So weird. Hey, are those made out of real panda? Guys, you don't understand how deep we're about to go into Neverland here on this show. But before we get into it, I need everyone's input on a new vehicle that I'm considering purchasing because I am a father of about to be 2 children. This is
that new info?
This is well, not very new. It's new to them. But
Well, congrats.
This is the van that. Well, yeah, it's yeah.
It's got a big old
they're on the way. This is the
no.
van that I'm considering purchasing.
What's that?
It's a
no sign on it.
Mitsubishi Delica. They have been very popular in Canada for over 30 years. You can import them into the United States. If anyone in chat owns or knows someone who owns a Delica who can tell me what I need to know about them, I love them. I love them long time, but only from a distance.
They look, it takes a while to sink in. The slanted mirror thing, I'm not used to it, Maybe that's just what I'm used to.
Slanted mirror thing?
Well, how it just like has that face, the whole face of the thing.
slope?
Yeah, the slope on the front of the car or
Is
the
that a
van.
racial
I've
slur?
driven in those type of vehicles.
You have?
You feel like you're like the king of the road. You're just like,
Yeah, I had a van before. I drove a van ages of, I think, 19. I had a van about 8 months.
Yep.
Yeah, at a red light. Like when you're on the vehicle, you're almost like looking in their rear view, like you're right there at the window. It is
Nice.
weird.
So it's like it's great for being
it takes a
peeping
little
Tom.
getting used to, like the foot being at like, right at the radiator. It is odd.
So in this one, you're sitting on the engine. It is a mid-engine vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
feel everything. Well, I mean, at least you may know when things are going wrong, right?
yeah,
You can
It
feel
does
it.
have
definitely
captain chairs. I had 4 captain
Uh,
chairs in mine and a bed in the back that I never used. Don't even.
oh dang!
Wasn't
it.
that cool?
Okay? Well,
Late bloomer, y'all.
I think these come with bench only, but yeah, if anyone knows the Delica, not for children, why? There's plenty of space for activities in the back of these things. Like they could you don't even need seat belts. I don't think
It's like a Mitsubishi version of a Vanagon, right?
a Vanagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I mean,
very much
it's kind
so.
of interesting. You can do the little snorkel exhaust.
It looks like the vans in dystopian movies where they like put a bunch of aluminum siding on it
yeah.
and like PVC pipes and
That's
like
fair.
a little gyroscope. Yeah,
got
that's what that
potential.
looks like. Yeah, it looks
That's
like it's
fair.
going to be used in a Mad Max situation.
Okay, so hang on. I gotta get the Gen Z take on this. Gen Z, Vivian.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on this? Is this like smash or pass? Like, are you gonna pass on this? Are you swiping left? Or are you swiping right?
I'm swiping left. Hard left. I'm sorry.
So it's not like nostalgic and
Yeah.
ironic yet.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's just lame.
Yeah, just like
No,
Oh,
irony.
it's just lame. Okay. So
Owen,
I'm
Pretty cool,
Owen,
pretty
a guy's perspective. What do we think, Owen?
Gen Z Owen. Put your mic down. Let people see.
Are you asking about the
The van.
van.
Do
The
you like
van.
the van?
Oh yeah, I like the van. I know you're
You would
talking
go
about
for
those the mini trucks though.
Yeah, that's
Kinda,
what Aaron wants.
I might go with one of those.
So that's the
The van.
Honda Acti.
So you're thinking that's your bull run by, Nick? Is that what we're doing?
No,
here?
I have to purchase this soon because I'm about
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I have like a tiny little Mercedes. This is the Honda Acti mini
Okay.
truck.
Okay.
This has a bigger bed than a Ford F-150 Super Duty.
Can you import
It's got a
those
small
from
footprint.
China for like $4,000?
No, you're thinking the electric
you
vehicle.
can get the electric ones, and they're awful. These are actual like Honda Civic engines, like 3-cylinder Honda Civic engines, and it's all Honda up and
Is
down.
that like the Trailer Park Boys vehicle?
That's one
that
of the
Bubbles
greatest.
drives?
One of the
I
greatest
believe
vehicle,
so. Yeah.
videos.
Hang on,
Bubbles does have one.
He does.
Trailer
It's a
Park
green one.
Boys
He has a green one.
Bubbles.
I think it's green.
truck.
I watched the entire.
God, I love
series.
the internet. Yes, that's exactly what this. I think this is the
Let's see
Suzuki
it.
version.
And that's where. But okay.
Oh, he's got the Mitsubishi one.
Yeah. Okay. That strikes a chord.
Put some.
It's very small.
You put some wood on there, so
It
he's
puts
got
the
a bigger
mini-
tailgate. There you go.
Puts the little green bastard.
Wow.
GB.
No room.
Okay, I love this. All right,
No
all
room for
right.
kids.
Look, okay, let's get back to it. Okay, I really appreciate it. But if you all do know, I am considering buying a Mitsubishi Delica because I cannot be seen in a normal minivan. So DM me if you know anything about it. I know
Shots at
someone-
Hudson.
I
Shots at
and me.
Hudson.
We
Look,
both.
I
have,
can't do it. I can't
We
pull it
both
off.
have regular minivans. What's so wrong about a regular minivan?
I can't
You know what?
pull it
Ride's
off.
great.
I can't pull it off.
Ride's great.
Let's look at the markets. Lunar Crush. This is what I like to use here on the basement. We're back over 26,000 for Bitcoin. I love it. We're still under 1,700 for Ethereum. Kind of love that too. Tether, it's at 9993. Okay, fine. USDC is at $1. Fine. XRP, who cares? Cardano's at 26 cents. What a
I know.
grab. That is good.
I
actually
bought
just bought
some at 26.
Yeah, I just bought some literally about an hour ago.
Hey, real quick. Oh,
Yeah.
it's alt rank. Okay.
Alt
I was
rank.
looking at the fifth column.
Yeah, I don't. This is like their social
It's
media.
how much the Proud
score.
Boys likes it.
How much the Proud Boys like it.
That's how much.
I
Yeah.
guess it's trademarked. I guess you can't use it.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like a
Does
Fed
Ben Shapiro
ecosystem.
promote this coin?
Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro's
It gets a high
promotion.
score.
Oh, you got like insular Fed like ecosystems within that kind of category.
Yeah, and just so we're all aware, Vivian doesn't know anything about crypto right now. She's learning. She is a total scrub, but she is willing and able to get to be a degenerate
Ooh,
like us.
I got a good one. In the chat, what would you tell somebody that is brand new to crypto? Like, what's the first thing you would tell them?
Oh yeah, that's a great great thing. Because we've already like tried to
what would you say?
teach her about like Larry Fink and what is a DAO and what is bearish.
Here's usually my introductory sentence. I say, you know how like a can of Coke used to be 5 cents and now it costs a lot?
Yeah.
Your dollar loses value. You might want to put some dollars in Bitcoin.
Yeah, savings
Awesome.
accounts are not really for saving. They're for
Call them a stealings account.
stealings accounts. Yeah, your dollar just loses its purchasing power over time, and yes, you're not getting much money back. I think it's like 0.01%. Coinbase today said they'll give back 4%. So
Yeah,
Interesting lean into.
that didn't really work out for the Apple wallet.
Crypto
did it?
Halligan. Just don't tell your wife you're invested until the bull run.
Yeah,
Legit.
yeah, I did that, but then I didn't take profits.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got a Bronco out of it.
Yeah, well, I did get a Bronco out of it and sold that for a pretty penny.
I remember you selling some crypto for the Bronco, and we were all like, similar to my situation in November. I think yours was closer to April, so you were closer to the first top, and we're like, man, you had to sell it, huh? Oh man, we're all gonna regret that sell. And then we end up plummeting down to 28K.
Yeah, I cashed out all of my Ethereum when it was at like 3,600.
Nice.
Yep. So that was pretty good.
That's
I mean,
the same story for me. I had to buy the Vanny van at the Ethereum top.
Vanny
You get forced into it.
I bought a house December 2021. I was selling crypto for home.
you guys were all
Got
buying
lucky.
good assets. I was buying NFTs at the time.
Okay.
say a
Those
prayer.
aren't doing too good.
Crypto Stevo, welcome to OG status. Yeah, if you're not at OG status, you should get in on that because then you get a whole bunch of OG perks. You get special OG chat in the Discord. You can watch me drink PBR. Hang on a second. This one brought to you not by Liquid Death.
But that, in a way, that is liquid.
In a way.
Oh, man. Yeah. Go ahead and follow all of us. You have our socials. Owen, does he know how to push that button?
They changed up.
They did?
It's on the topic controller right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll make sure. Just go ahead and follow us on social medias. You know you want to be our simps. So let's look at mining real quick. We're on hashrate.no. Paprika coin pumped today. I don't even know what that is. Nexa and Dynex, these are legit projects. Chlor, Radiant is cool. Grin is a scam. That's not fair. Grin is just a dead project that's used to pump and dump. So the reward gainers, Bitcoin Z, I don't know anything about that. Dogecoin, that's really hard to mine. Flux, that's great. Great project to get into. Ergo going up in reward is great. Neoxa going up in reward is great. These are all Neoxa, Ergo, Flux. These are all fantastic projects if you want to get into mining to just, really start understanding the ins and outs of blockchain. It is the best way to DCA without any KYC at all. So very, very powerful thing to do. I talk about mining a lot in the Nictator Discord.
I think you're kind of glancing over something I think is real important. That is the best way to get crypto without oversight, without anyone knowing, without a crypto on-ramp, without a Coinbase app connected to your social security number. You mine some in an anonymous wallet, then you swap that for some Bitcoin, again in an anonymous wallet. You have crypto that no one can touch, that no one knows about.
Yep. It's extremely powerful. And it gives you, like, you start understanding consensus algorithms, mining pools. You're like downloading GitHub wallets. You're downloading all sorts of things. You have to be involved with the communities and you start to learn crypto and you get that breadth of experience that protects you. And it's basically like going to the gym for crypto. Like you can be on crypto Twitter and that's powerful, but when you're doing mining, you are working muscles that show you, okay, this is what real fundamentals, this is what real crypto community looks like. This is what real development looks like. So
you're saying
very
that's
bullish.
like Gold's Gym and Twitter is like Planet Fitness?
I think it's a little harsh for Twitter.
Yeah.
I think
maybe like a Crunch or like an Edge is Twitter.
Yeah, I think like
We need
For
to just
sure.
have Taco's bodybuilding pick queued up. So for like anytime he brings up fitness, we'll just be like, yeah, guys, look, of course he would say
yes,
that.
you need every
He
time
would use the gym metaphor.
Yeah, every time Taco talks about fitness, you need to listen because he was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, did you ever hit 3% body fat? I didn't think so. Actually, I don't know what Taco hit.
I've consumed 3% of my body fat in like
One sitting?
donuts before. Yeah,
I'm
I
into
did this morning.
fitness pizza in my mouth. That's what I'm into. We had
I
donuts
love
this
these
morning.
PBR like lulls in the conversation. Kind of really resets the mood.
Yeah.
Chat is blowing up right now. PBR, people love the PBR.
Guess so.
Guys, +1 in
I
the chat if
haven't
you want to see
seen-
more drinking on this show.
Oh, God, I haven't
Let's-
seen this since like college years.
I know, but it's just such a solid, consistently solid brew.
You know, Modelo's is the #1 beer in the
We're
US now.
going to talk about that. Don't get ahead of me. Because right now, Pepe is going to be out of the top 100. Shocker. This meme coin that has absolutely no utility and the community is a whole bunch of Vyvanse popping degenerates is
What
not
is
going
it-
anywhere.
What's its rank right now? I was looking at number 100. I was just looking at it
we gotta go on
earlier.
Coin
I
Market
say
Cap.
81.
81. Okay, less than 20 spots left. Some are saying
Pepe.
it's already trending. I don't know where. I know where it is on CoinGecko. Page.
Why did you CoinMarketCap? Why did you do this?
Yeah, they
I
changed it
know.
all up. I don't like
they
it.
ruined it.
I
I
can't.
mean, I still go there for the
88.
data.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
88.
real small gradient gray there. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Great for readability. So, yeah,
Excellent work.
Pepe. I mean, okay, this chart's like looking bullish, but oh my god. Oh my god.
Are we putting in lower
oh
or higher
my god.
lows?
Where is it? Get us out of here.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
This is trash. This is trash. And it's not that it's down, it's that there's no volume. Oh, and get us out of here. There's no volume down here. See this? No volume. Bad. This is the sign of a project that is slowly
But
bleeding out.
meanwhile, 24-hour volume, it's ranked 18. Top 20 coin by volume.
There's a
as
lot of
yesterday.
degens out there right now. Who's here right now?
Pepe, it's not dead.
Yeah.
How do you guys
I
feel
promise
about
it's not dead.
what is it? June 1st. I think Celsius is going to be dumping all their alts and trading it for Bitcoin and ETH.
Next
Can't
year,
wait.
No, in like a few days.
Yeah.
I think
June
their
1st.
biggest holdings are Matic and Cardano.
I can't wait. Let's do it. Let's go.
Because those are two of my biggest bags.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, this is all great. It's all great for us.
there could be an OTC deal with some of
Mm-hmm.
these exchanges. You know, you got like Robinhood,
Thanks,
like, all
man.
right, we had, a million whatever not get sold. You know, they probably have some sort of OTC. I don't think they're like just market dumping.
I hope so.
Okay, Viv, when you hear Pepe, when you see that logo, what is Gen Z? You're fresh out of college. What do you think? Do you think crypto is a scam? Does that trigger you? What do you think about Pepe?
I think it sucks.
Pepe.
Sucks.
She thinks Pepe sucks. Guys,
Pepe does have negative connotations to a lot of
it
people.
does. You can be open and honest because there's a lot of different ways to interpret Pepe. Pepe is they did this. They called it Pepe for a reason
You
to
see
trigger people.
Coinbase's description of Pepe.
What is Coinbase's description of Pepe?
Remember like that newsletter that came out? I think like
Yeah, they put out an email to
That's
everybody
right.
saying why we aren't covering it. And it's an alt-right meme.
Yeah, and I'm really
That's true.
surprised that they haven't listed it. I mean, at this point,
They still
there's-
haven't.
no, they still haven't listed it, and like all the other exchanges have listed it. Yeah, they
When
kinda,
I
like,
hear
shot
alt-right
themselves
meme,
in
That
the
never
foot.
made sense.
it-
Why is it? How is it an alt right meme?
Well, it reminds me of the Arthur fist. You know,
Oh,
like if a
yeah.
bunch of people use the Arthur fist, is it then a blank meme? Is it a fill in the blank meme if everybody in a group uses it? So
Yeah.
it's like, they co-opted it. And, the background of it is a little bit more convoluted because there's like a troll campaign to create a narrative that it is an alt-right
Right.
meme when it wasn't. So it was like literally a psyop to do that.
From
And the
4chan.
psyop worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the psyop worked. And so at this point, it became real.
Yeah.
It's just like the Punisher. We were talking about the Punisher. I believe Marvel is like ending their support for Punisher. They killed him and like had his wife divorce him beforehand, or they're like discontinue it or something. And people who are very pro-police have championed the Punisher. But does that mean the Punisher is X or is the Punisher is Y just because a group of people like it a lot? It's a nuanced subject.
And how
Yep.
are you able to just like, as in mass, go after things just because they're connected to a large group of people too? Like, since when has that, been okay? It's been
Did
weird.
you guys remember when SHIB got listed everywhere? It's like every single exchange was like on it as soon as it was like catching a trend. Every single exchange started listing it all at once. So that's why, again, I'm surprised Pepe isn't on Coinbase.
Yeah. Mike Vollmer says Pepe is SafeMoon 2.0. I think it's a little harsh. SafeMoon
It's
was
a little harsh.
a scan from the beginning. Like they were like, we're going to make a wallet. And then they couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
So Pepe's just kind of been like, yeah, we're a meme coin. This is what we do. And they haven't kind of been shying away from that. Speaking of meme coins, Tether depegged. Oh no.
Oh, I already looked at this yesterday. But if anyone's, I did cover this yesterday.
It's still technically not repegged.
Let's
so
see.
for the viewers at home and for Vivian, when we're talking about pegging, don't Google it.
Don't
we're talking
talk about Decker.
the value of a coin being set to another thing. So in crypto, we have a little piece of crypto that's called USD Tether, and that is set, its price is set to the dollar. So for every dollar, for every Tether equals $1. And that's important that it retains its peg so that it is always worth $1. And if it doesn't do that, it's not doing its job. So the real scoop behind Tether and why everyone should be concerned or at least keep Tether on their radar is because Tether is the unofficial bank of China. That is how the Chinese populace, that's where they put their savings. Okay. Tron, the whole reason Tron is still relevant and even in the top 50 on CoinMarketCap is because of Tron Tether. Okay. So
can I just push back when you said all? I feel like the amount of wealth of the Chinese have in stablecoins compared to other assets classes is pretty small. I don't think it's this huge thing that everybody in China uses. I think it's used by a few tech-centric Chinese billionaires.
Okay.
But not even the majority.
Not even the majority of billionaires?
Chinese billionaires.
Well, isn't most of it backed by Chinese commercial paper?
Well,
it was in May of 2021. They have since, come out and said we no longer hold any Chinese commercial paper.
Yeah. So I'm basing my statement on what folks have told me. It goes by province, really. So like the very tech savvy, like
okay, I can see
Guangdong.
Well, like New York has stronger rules than Florida.
Yeah, and so like those people, a lot of them know about blockchain. A lot of them know about their brother's mining operation in the hills of China. So they know about Bitcoin, and they've been buying Bitcoin, but they also buy Tether, and that's their way to buy the dollar without going through the Chinese banking system, because the Chinese banking system is, you think the United States banking system is bad, the Chinese banking system is horrendous.
Are we going to talk about the Freedom of Information Act request on Tether's reserves that was just dropped like an hour ago, 2 hours ago?
No.
There's breaking news with Tether.
Okay.
Now, the Freedom of Information Act, I was actually talking about this on the morning stream, totally did not know this was going to happen. I said in the morning stream, guys, this takes years sometimes. Well, the Freedom of Information Act is over May of 2021, and so they have the Tether balance sheet from May of 2021, where they did have some Chinese commercial paper, but guess what? It was, I think, 46.8 to 46.6. It is pretty much was pegged 1-to-1. The assets were there. This is breaking news. I'm sure we'll probably talk about it on Monday.
And didn't they just make money and then they bought Bitcoin with it?
Well, they have excess reserves, and they're purchasing Bitcoin mining equipment with their excess reserves. So it's like they have $100 and 100 Tether. Well, the reality is they actually have like $103. And so they have these $3 extra, or this certain percentage that is above what they actually need, and they're diversifying that by investing in things.
So the reason, and this is for the viewers at home, the reason why Tether is such a big deal, and the reason why the government is consistently going after Tether, is because Tether essentially has created a digital dollar, and they are printing it, and that's not something that the Treasury can control. Because the whole purpose of a government and having a currency is there's only one person that can print the money, and that is the government. Well, if someone else can start making that money, what do we call that? Call that counterfeiting, right? So Tether is in this kind of like gray area of what is and isn't a dollar, and the government hates them. So especially the U.S. government, because the dollar is the world reserve currency. So they really don't like.
Yeah, they're basically
Tether at all.
Dwight Schrute, and they're printing out Schrute
Schrute
bucks.
Yeah.
But they're pointing at a locked closet, and they say, "Trust me, for every Schrute buck, there is a buck behind that door." Well, that recent thing from 2021 showed. Well, they did actually have a buck behind that door.
They did. Yeah. They did. And then, so you see, that's what Tether does. The U.S. government, when they print dollars, they say, "Trust me, this is backed by our credit." And when they point over their shoulder, they're pointing to a gigantic gun, which is the U.S. military. That is what backs the dollar, okay? The dollar is not backed by anything.
Also, right next to the giant military is a policeman who will lock you in a cage if you don't pay your taxes and that specific green paper.
Standing on a barrel of oil. That is what
Wesley
backs
Snipes.
the dollar. Yeah.
Just ask Wesley Snipes.
Yep. Just ask Wesley Snipes. Just ask anyone who's tried to get out of the quote-unquote voluntary tax system that we have. That always made
they lock you in a cage with violence.
They really... Every law on the books of the government is backed up by violence.
Every single one.
Every single one.
Even a parking ticket.
Yes, because guess what? If you disagree with the ticket, if you say this is not right, and you've refused to pay it, that will escalate to you going to jail under threat of violence.
It's a slippery slope, too. Then you're in a tight spot because you went to jail.
Yeah.
Then you got
doesn't matter if the magistrate's been paid off and
is
you're
there soap on a rope. I don't know.
You know?
Who knows? What's your prison name? Go. Owen, what's your prison name?
Oh, God. You got to bring the mic down.
Pull your mic down and think about it. What's your
I'll
prison
have
name?
one by the end of the stream.
I already know what your prison name
Come back
is.
to
It's
me.
called
Is it-
Big Sweetie. Taco, what's your prison name?
Hey, it's Prison Mike.
What's your name? Well, your prison taco.
That was good.
Prison Mike.
Okay. DZ, I think you go by your prison name.
Yeah, either that or Big D. I'd probably be working out a whole lot.
Yeah, you have to.
And then there's like an insinuation I'll come after you in the shower. You don't come after me.
That's right.
Not that I would, but I want that reputation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want the other reputation.
Yeah.
Right?
There's like 3 types of guys in the prison. There's the guys that are used and abused. There are the guys that do the using and
Shouldn't be so
abusing.
cavalier.
And then there's the crazy-eyed guys who are like,
Dead
like
eyes.
spitting on themselves and
That's
beating up,
Don't
like biting
wipe.
their tongue and
Dead
Yeah.
eyes.
almost exclusively white. Yeah.
Yeah, you ever hear that theory? You just don't wipe.
Yeah, don't wipe. Yeah. He smells like
How
poop
long you can last.
the whole time. Drew, what's your prison name?
Oh, Dead Eye Drew.
Dead Eye Drew.
Yeah.
Before we get to Vivian, chat, what is your prison name? I want to hear your own prison name.
No,
Skid Mark says his
Skid,
name
no.
is Cherry Popper.
No.
Kyle Owen is Fish. These are great prison names. Sir Quest says Bubba.
Wow.
This is great. This is going to be fantastic content. Vivian, now I have actually, before we get into your prison name, I have actually toured a maximum security women's prison and a maximum security men's prison. So I am, and I've also watched every season of Orange is the New Black.
Are you serious?
So what is your, Vivian, you're locked up for being a crypto holder. You have done journalism to expose incredible injustice on this earth. Now you're in prison, a political prisoner. What is your prison name?
It would be Big Bandit Vivian.
Big
Bandit.
Bandit Vivian.
All right. He's
That's
into like
good.
fraud and
Big
hustling.
Bandit Vivian. Put it on a playing card, right? Okay. Oh, and have you come up with yours?
I mean, Uncle
I got nothing.
Tinfoil.
I got him.
Uncle Tinfoil says he's Uncle No Wipe. You're probably gonna be left alone.
Yeah.
Owen still doesn't have a prison name. That bodes not well
Yeah. You
for
better come up with it
your
quick.
mental
You be on the spot.
and digestive health.
I got one for you, Owen.
Ooh.
Buck naked.
Buck.
Why?
Buck naked.
What?
I think in prison they'll call him Spider.
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 Really?
Yeah.
Why?
White tarantula.
White.
Yeah, why?
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
White?
That has
White
a better sound to
tarantula.
it. That's
Yeah.
better.
He's
Okay,
good
it's
at
white.
the boards,
It's white.
man. You ever see him on the court?
Yeah.
Oh.
Crypto key. Dean says the crypto keeper. Fluffy the sheep says, "What about sweet corn?" All right, here we go. We got to move on.
Yeah. We're moving on.
Oh my
Prison
god.
name is
It's
White.
1:45. Okay. This is how you know Hong Kong is getting serious about becoming a crypto hub. Hong Kong puts pressure on 3 major banks to take on crypto exchanges. Hong Kong
I
Monetary
touched
Authority
on
puts
this
pressure on
yesterday.
HSBC Standard Chartered. You already touched on this?
Yeah, I touched on that yesterday. We might be in the.
We're out of here.
We need to watch this. This is what
Brad
we need
Sherman.
To watch. You ready for this, Owen?
Fucking asshole. All right.
Hold on.
In case we don't know, just for those who are not aware, Brad Sherman, if you went into Midjourney and you typed in evil white senator, it would poop out a picture
gonna
of
try.
Brad Sherman. Here's what Brad Sherman has
That
to say.
Kennedy killed a prostitute.
That's
Well,
Is this the end of crypto in America?
Hope so, don't think so. But you hope so? Yes. Why? Well, this is an investment network, and people might say, hey, it could go up, it could go down. The question is it good for America? And the answer is no.
Is this the end of crypto in America?
so he hopes so. He hopes this is the end of crypto in America because this guy is a paid show. Look, this guy, this is your fault. Everyone here in this chat, this is your fault that Brad Sherman is still in power because people are voting for him. Okay, if you don't vote for him, he doesn't get in power. So this guy sucks, and it's your fault.
Well, we haven't been loud. We haven't been loud enough, and we haven't been
We're gonna
connected
get
enough
loud.
to our local governments.
I'll say this 2024 election, I think, is going to be the first election I ever donate money to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pro crypto candidates.
Probably.
Okay.
Vivian, have you ever voted before in your life? Go.
Yes. Yes, always.
Don't tell me who you vote for. You can if you want to. You're more than welcome to share. You don't have to share. I don't care who you voted for. I'm glad that you did, though. That's really great because most people your age do not
Exercise your rights.
exercise your rights because if you don't exercise them, they're much easier to be taken away. Right? That's why I vote while wearing a gun. Anyways, so look, let's get a look at the holistic picture. These are fantastic prison names that I've just seen come up. I can't even say part of them. The restart of student loan payments to slash household spending by 15.8 billion every month. Oopsie. So just so we all know, pandemic happened, flu season happened, and then student loan payments were suspended, and they were suspended again, and they were suspended again. And Biden's like, okay, this is literally the only asset that the United States has is impoverishing our young people. So we have to we have to start filling that liquidity bucket back up.
Just quick back of the napkin math. That's about $45 for every American citizen.
Per
on average, per human.
Per year?
In America.
Per month. Per month. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I wish we knew how many young people, like obviously there's a lot of seniors. So like if we took the seniors out, because they're not paying off any student debt, like what would that be? I wish we had that kind of math on hand. We should do some more show prep. But here's the thing, guys. For more than 40 million Americans, there's the number, 40 million Americans carrying student loan debt, the timeline to resume payments is now on the horizon. The debt ceiling deal passed earlier this month, which was a total sham. The Republicans sold us down the river. The Democrats still don't know what the fuck they're doing. Two wings to the same bird. It is still shitting on the middle class. Okay, we are under that bird, and they are doo-dooing their droppings on the middle and lower class. That's how this works. For the most part, that's why Revolution is my name. That's why I titled today's show this. For the most,
it was a spicy title.
For most, this will be the first time making payments since the early days of the penny in March 2020. Oh no, looks like your humanities degree is not paying off, but now you have to pay up because Harvard needs their money. The analysis is based on federal student loan data for the aggregate of $1.4 trillion balance across 40.5 million borrowers by age cohort. Utilizing a 10-year payment method of 5.8 interest rate, the bank calculates that an approximate $390 a month payment across cohorts. That's huge. An extra $400 a month coming out of the pockets of young millennials and Gen Z. Actually, probably not Gen Z. They're probably all still in college. So millennials are going to, again, getting absolutely curb stomped, taint stomped by the government. Again, this is like the fifth time the feds have done this under both Trump and Biden, mind you. Okay. Like this isn't some like Biden bash party. The deficit went up under Trump as well. So I don't want to hear about this whole fiscally responsible Republicans.
So you're pro-Clinton.
There's
the last surplus
I'm not
president.
pro-Clinton, but he did some good things with money. That's all I could say.
He was placed in an amazing time. It was the internet boom.
He was placed in an amazing time. He was a creature of that environment.
Yeah.
All right. So when you hear, let's game theory this out a little bit. Let's go around the blockchain.
Well, also last president to not start a war.
Yeah.
Important too.
Well, wait, Trump didn't start a war.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so it's Trump and Clinton. So, okay, that's
weird
a W
combo.
for both of them.
That's a weird combo.
Yeah. We're straight shooters here. We don't go by the party line. So if you're some sort
I'm
of
very anti-war. Caught me a lot of flack 18 months ago when I very early expressed, hey guys, I think there's maybe something to this Ukraine-Russia that we're not being told. I think this is maybe just war machine propaganda, and I think this is just Defense Department trying to enrich themselves again. I see all the same signs.
Oh yeah.
I was called a Putin stooge.
Really?
Putin
stooge. Oh yeah. By Bit Squad morning chat.
That
Bit
sounds
Squad
like-
morning chat. Oh, well, I'm talking about the first few weeks. Yeah, you were a Putin stooge. If you said anything about sorry, I'm not supporting blank checks here. And then you remember, hey, we're not going to do this. We will not send tanks. We send tanks.
Okay.
We will not do F3. We will not send missiles. We will send missiles.
Yeah. How many billions have we sent to Ukraine, and we still have veterans that are starving?
I think it's
we
around
still have
200
veteran
billion.
families
It's
that
200 billion right now.
Yeah.
We're up to $200 billion.
Yeah, I did the $45. I was just doing 333 million Americans.
You're smart. DZ knows the maths. So let's go. Let's just talk about this real quick before we get into the revolutionary panda. An extra $400 a month being stolen from millennials. Drew, what's your take on that as you sip that
is good
delicious Coors Light?
So yeah, I mean, this is an issue. Degrees and utilization of degrees has been something that I've worked in hiring in HR for a long time. Previous to this job, and essentially I just saw a lot of wasted degrees, a lot of debt that was carried for no reason. Then they moved on to something completely different because they had other real intentions with their life. I've met many people that were just there just for the experience. But on the other hand, it's a choice, and I know a lot of, on the other hand, intentional people that went and got a good degree and are moving the buck forward as far as that. But it's all up to you personally on how much energy you have to follow through with that plan over a 10, 20-year time frame. So going in for a degree right now, I feel like a lot of information is already available on the internet. So if you have subject matter that you can easily access that good info already without paying, $100,000 for it, I would recommend that. I think that we've been kind of lulled into these they're not handouts because they were just payments that were taken away, but in essence, it was a handout because you're not having to pay on this for a time being because of an emergency. So also, you've seen SNAP benefits for COVID go away. And I think that this is just another indicator that people are going to be a little tighter on their pocketbooks. They're going to have less to work with at the grocery store. And, with that already impoverished locations, there is, then crime gets much, much worse. And that's what people on the ground
I'm thinking, so when I think of this average person, I think of Decker. And so what is Decker? You take away Decker's $400 a month. What is he now not buying? I see a lot of discretionary spending in restaurants going down with these millennials.
Which affects the economy.
Yeah, and then I think we're going to have a lot less new cell phones being bought and, less upgraded cell phone plans. So I see that as the first two things. Eating out, aka Grubhub, going out with your friends, and then electronic luxury items.
Yep.
Those are the first two I think of.
Vaping is going to take a hit.
Yeah.
No.
Vaping.
No.
You don't. Well,
Vaping will not
he'll
take
probably
a hit.
hold on to that.
Tobacco's usually survives, economic downturns.
Vaping will not take a
He'll
hit.
hold on to that.
Yeah. Anyone who says that is dumb. Taco, what do you think?
I just feel like most degrees nowadays aren't what they used to be when it comes to the jobs that they create. I feel like it's mostly like the doctors, lawyers, business classes that are the most important, and just creating this debt for these students. I mean, you got to go into college knowing what you want to be when you graduate. And just speaking from personal experience, I went to college to learn about health, agriculture, the human body, anatomy, and I became a personal trainer. But just the money wasn't there, so I got more involved in crypto, and that's why I'm working here now. But it's just a big money pit for a lot of the degrees out there.
Have you guys seen the LinkedIn data where they're saying employers are caring more about skills than degrees now?
100%.
There is a shift happening.
I've been saying that forever. Like they want you to have the skills and be moldable and just have a lot of tenacity. The degree, I was on the side of the hiring and I heard a lot of feedback from why people didn't get hired. That was like my job, to sort through those issues and find them the company that would work with them. You're a lot of times you have this big fancy degree, but you have no ability to learn new things or to fit into a new process and a new machine because every company's different. That's really the stop in the
I think the hands-on experience is what people are really wanting right now. I would rather have someone who knocked doors and sold lawn equipment rather than have someone with like a 4-year business degree. I think that person that was knocking doors working is going to have better skills than someone who sat in a room and listened to someone who never did. Yeah, which is what a lot of business professors are.
There is money in action, and if you show initiative and action, you can excel in basically anything.
I am biased. I'm a 2-time college dropout. Flat Earth. A lot of people got some flat Earth.
Man, get out of this. Get out of here with that flat
Earth.
Earth.
I have a hot take on flat Earth. Can I share it real quick? I think flat Earth is brought on by the intelligence agencies to co-opt the term conspiracy theory because we must continue keeping the term conspiracy theory as a wacko, as a nut job. Taboo. And so if once, conspiracy theories like, wow, the last 9 of the last 10 kind of came true. But if you tack on a flat Earth, then they're back to idiot.
Yeah.
So they were an idiot 20 years ago, but then they started seeming smart. So, we better tack on this flat Earth thing and then kind of lump them together.
It's 100% the same thing they did with being labeled a quote unquote anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, what they did with the term anti-vax is
Melissa
nuts,
McCarthy.
man. The branding of anti-vaxxer is just so phenomenal, and how powerful the messaging is. And you're seen as a loony idiot when if you express some sort of viewpoint that's anything besides 72 vaccines is great.
Yeah, if you dare to bring up the fact that, I'll just go ahead and say it, autism rates in Japan and Iceland are vastly different than in the United States, and they have a different vaccine schedule, you're considered a loony. Now, look, I'm not saying no one should get vaccinated. Obviously, they've done a lot of good, but do you really trust the medical industrial complex now? Have you heard of the opioid epidemic? Do you know why that's a thing? It's because they fucking paid off the FDA to say that you could have a painkiller that's 99% non-addictive. Yeah. And then there was nothing to back that up. And then what do you know? There's more people dying from opioids every day. That is the number one cause of death in this country right now, are opioids. Okay. The number for young people. by a long shot. It's not by like, oh, there's this, there's that, there's gun violence. Gun violence is like 75th. Opioids are like at the top, and they have been for almost a decade now.
Seemed like it came out of nowhere
look,
too.
The medical system in the United States is corrupt and does not have your best interests at heart.
Yeah,
So
you know what happens.
We're gonna move on from that real quick. Hang on, because we have to get to this before the show ends. We're running out of time here. We have to talk about the panda.
Oh,
and give me the shot of the panda. What? Make the shot. These are panda puffs, and you need to be watching this guy on TikTok. His account is called Cancel This Clothing Company, and this man not only has the best damn hair on TikTok, he also has incredible insight onto how much BlackRock owns. And show my screen. You're making excuses like Gen Z. Stop making excuses. Here we go. Watch this. It's fine. We're going to hop around. So what this guy does is he goes through...
This is all the companies that are owned by BlackRock.
BlackRock by a large margin. That's how we're going to break it down.
So he goes through the different aisles of food, like cereal, shampoo, drinks, and this is the baby food aisle, and he organizes them by whether the companies are majority owned by BlackRock, Vanguard, or State Street, or they're independently owned. He went through the cereal aisle. By the way, 90% of the grocery store is owned by BlackRock and Vanguard. But when this dude went through the cereal aisle, our very own Nature's Path Enviro Kids Panda Puffs, not owned by BlackRock, Vanguard, or State Street. This is revolution. If you buy this, you are not giving money to giant multinational hedge funds. You're giving money to an actual American family-run business who, at the very least, is not funded by war and oil. So Panda Puffs, this is your method. This is how you can fight back against the system. If Bud Light can lose 30% of their sales for months on end,
slaughtered,
completely obliterated.
But here's the punchline.
And they're controlled by BlackRock and Vanguard.
Well,
Look,
but also Modelo,
you can vote with your pocket. This is what voting with your pocketbook
but
looks
people
like.
move to Modelo to vote with their pocket, and it's also owned by Anheuser-Busch.
I still think it's a net positive because we're
Yes, it
signaling,
is.
look, there's two distinct advertising campaigns, and I think people are saying, I'm not a fan of that one.
Nope.
And so I see your point. The same people are still getting rich, but it still sends a message. Just like if MTV owns VH1 and MTV, well, VH1 starts blowing up, because MTV's programming, if it's for the right reasons, it's ultimately a good thing.
Yep. It is ultimately a good thing. You apply pressure where you can, and I'm applying pressure by buying PBR.
This just in, BlackRock purchases Panda Puffs.
And also, this just in, damn, Gary's Guzzler, you have the most offensive name in this chat,
He's got the
and
best
that is
name.
an offensive thing to say.
I want to say something about all this.
Panda Puffs. Do you like Panda Puffs?
It's a big loop, guys. You got the agricultural industry, you got the pharmaceutical industry, and then you got the consumer. The consumer gets sick, they go get the medicine from the pharmaceutical industry, they get opioids or whatever. The government and the pharmaceutical companies get a kickback. And then the agriculture, they're putting all this pesticides, Monsanto, crap,
atrazine,
on your food. You're eating the food, you're getting sick, you're going to the doctor. It's a big loop, guys. And of course, BlackRock is the one that is profiting at every corner turn.
Yeah. Did you know that 60% of Coca-Cola sales come from SNAP benefits?
Ugh.
It's a kickback. So SNAP benefits are essentially food stamps. It's your EBT card. So when poor families go and buy food, they can only buy certain things because only certain things qualify for SNAP benefits. One of those things has been for a long time Coca-Cola Classic and Diet Coke and all these other Coke products. Well, 60% of Coke sales in the United States are from the federal government. They're not even selling products like in the market. They're just getting a kickback from the feds. Look, Panda Puffs, this is actually a decent cereal. I'm not much of a cereal guy these days in my old age. This is a decent cereal. It tastes good. Go out and buy Panda Puffs. Buy in Nature's Path. We're not even getting sponsored by them. But look at the back of the box. There's even like...
Oh God, he dropped his beer.
It's fine. It's fine. There's even like a maze for children. They talk about our family mission. They talk about how they're always organic. So look, this isn't Monsanto. These are just like some hippies making cereal. Okay, this is your way forward of revolution. It's Bitcoin and it's Panda Puffs. Okay?
Or make your
Welcome
own
to
food.
Blockchain Basement.
All right, let the
make your
nutrition
own
guy
food,
look at
too.
the ingredients
Here,
now.
look at this. We're gonna this is live research. We've done live crypto
I
research.
thought it was a little wrong. It's 60-40. You had it flipped. 40% come from it. 60.
Okay, my bad.
Still insane.
That's a large
Still
number.
insane.
Huge amount of money.
There's a lot of Coke sold. Look at
Your
McDonald's.
tax dollars go into corporate Coca-Cola.
I just I told myself that can't be real. That's like just doesn't pass a sniff test. And I'm very shocked it's still 40%.
Yeah.
It's 40 point something.
When you start looking at all this stuff, it feels like, how do you even escape
Hang on,
these
Taco's
products?
got some alpha.
What is it?
So this is like my only concern.
Okay.
Where they get their corn from.
Okay.
Where's it
Whole
from?
grain, cornmeal.
You think it might
cane
be
sugar,
Monsanto?
peanut butter, soy oil, sea salt, and that's pretty much it. So I mean, hey, if they get their corn
Out of
from
10, a 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 1 being the worst, 10 out of 10 being the best.
depending on where they get their corn, I'll give it like a 7.5.
Yeah, it could be Monsanto corn, and that is a real thing.
Yeah.
Monsanto corn accounts about 90% of all corn sales in America,
Yeah.
and Monsanto corn means
Yeah.
they found a bacterial genome that rejected the cancerous byproduct, the herbicide.
Yeah.
And so they spliced that gene into corn. And so before, what they did is they had human beings walk up and down a field of corn early on and spray weeds individually. Well, after they co-opted and mutated the corn where you could spray the corn with this cancerous chemical, then they switched from people spraying individual weeds with a backpack sprayer, which is costly and expensive. Then they went to a plain and blanket sprayed all corn. And so Monsanto corn is sprayed with a lot of cancerous herbicides.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
So to Taco's point, yeah, it could be bad corn.
it could be bad corn. I'm going to call
still on that?
Nature's Path this afternoon, and I'm going to ask them where
They
they
say
get their corn
Monsanto
from.
corn is not organic. That organic label, I mean, couldn't it just?
There's a lot of ways to
so much-
interpret the organic label.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be happy with what I hear, but at the very least, guys, Panda, Puffs, and Bitcoin are your way to financial.
They are the same.
They are the same. Panda Puffs are the Bitcoin of cereal. Boom! Panda Puffs are the Bitcoin of cereal. I love it. We did live nutritional research on Blockchain Basement, a first ever in the history of not just this channel, but of YouTube. This is the kind of alpha you get here. This is just the brain trust that you get. This is the value that we bring on Blockchain Basement every day. If you're not hitting that like button, if you're not subscribed, you have seriously messed up. You need to go ahead and hit that like button. Oh, and how many likes do we have?
Where's it at? 147.
147 likes. Guys,
Let's hit
these
that
are cuck numbers. You need to up that number. We need to get to 420 ASAP. If we don't have 420 likes, I'm going to have to drink another PBR and I might perish.
Yeah.
He's got like 6 or 7 back here too.
Yes, there's
so
a lot
They're
here.
ready to go.
I haven't even eaten lunch yet. Okay. Look. So
Yeah, they're right. Monsanto corn can't have organic. Thank you, chat, for educating me on that.
look,
Thank
the
you.
chat again always.
When it's
I
owned
love
by
it.
Bill Gates, anything that Bill Gates touches.
All right, look, we're not trying to get the channel demonetized.
All right.
We can't bring up Bill Gates.
Yeah, don't bring up his 140 mosquitoes he releases every year.
Next
okay?
thing we know, we're going to be talking about the Tuskegee
40 million.
experiment.
Yeah,
okay,
that
okay,
sounds
we got to
about
move on. We got to
All right.
move on. Conspiracy theory comes true. 181 Democrats just voted to ban gas stoves. Do you remember in January when they were like,
Bullish.
"What? We're not going to ban your gas
Don't
stoves."
you worry.
Dude, that's a conspiracy. That's an alt-right conspiracy theory.
Absolutely.
The EPA just says they might have a little bit of carbon dioxide in the air. No one's going to ban your gas stoves. Well, they just voted to do it. They failed, but they voted to do it. So they want to do it.
Mhm.
Again, this is how it works. Like conspiracy theories used to be about like, you know, really crazy stuff like the earth being flat and there was no moon landing, and now it's like, hey, we think the government is going to slowly push an agenda
Now,
forward.
I am interested in the
DZ.
Gen X or millennial take here, the Gen Z take here, because my fear, I'm an older individual, you know, I'm pushing 40. I see that, well, this is a way for the government to control whether or not you can cook your food. So I see something kind of scary, so they can cut your electricity off because they don't like you. What are your thoughts of this gas stove banning? Is it a concern? Is it just totally normal to you because of the carbon monoxide? What are your thoughts when you see that, you know, because I voted Democrat my entire life, you know, I haven't voted since, you know, probably
great
7
content.
years, but
Yeah.
so
Great
I
content.
see this party choosing this choice that I don't really agree with. What's your take when you see that they're voting to ban gas stoves?
It's kind of crazy. I've never really thought about gas stoves being hazardous or anything life-threatening. But to me, I'm just like,
well, I'm actually glad you brought that up. The data showed that electric stoves caused more accidents than gas stoves. So it's actually technically it's safer if you look at the data.
Oh, that's
so that's why
crazy.
our opponents are saying, well, I think it's a control mechanism, and I tend to believe it, but maybe I'm trying to paint you into an opinion here.
Yeah. But like Vivian, like tell us, like what is your opinion when you hear about the government trying to ban gas stoves? Where does your mind go? What do you think of that?
My mind goes to an air fryer.
For what? So you're kind of ready to, like, if the government says it's bad, you're going to comply?
Well, it's a pragmatic view. I accept it, and let me pivot and create a solution.
Well,
so it's a pragmatic view.
We're going to get into air fryers. You got to be careful not to overcook it, or you can be exposed to those chemicals that are not supposed to be ingested.
Oh, because they're coming off of the pans and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, Vivian, aka Vanessa, when you are told, when someone says, I think it's to have a control mechanism, what are your thoughts? Do I sound a little crazy? Does it maybe plant a seed of a question mark? Be honest. Call me an idiot.
No, nothing is stupid. I believe everything should be questioned. And
ooh, I like that.
Yeah, because I never knew. Like, I have the one we have a ring on it, and I would prefer the electric one because it's a lot easier. But if they think it's not safe, I'm all for it.
Okay. So when they say we want to ban it because it's unsafe, but even though data shows it is safer, does that create a disconnect, or does that create
It does. It makes me feel like maybe some things are not said, or maybe some things are not told, and we might not know anything right now that we probably could have known about stoves that we didn't before. So yeah.
Well, no, it didn't pass. They don't control that.
I just feel like
it passed the House, right?
Government overreach.
No, it did not on passage. The Republican yay.
Got it.
Democrat 181 or 29 yay. So it was 249 to 181. So it did not pass. It was more of a in situations like this, Vivian, aka Vanessa, when you see things on bills, repeal Energy Department rule on gas stoves. So what first happened is the EPA said gas stoves put out a lot of carbon monoxide and they're unhealthy. People said, we think that's wrong, but whatever. And the EPA said, we're not going to ban your stoves. We're just letting people know. Well, then the Energy Department said, actually, we are going to ban your stoves. We are going to ban your gas stoves. And people are like, well, wait a minute. There's a lot more data out here that shows that gas stoves really aren't that bad.
And
Why
not
are
only
you
that,
doing
I think
this?
politicians mocked people for suggesting a ban was coming. I think AOC did.
AOC was like on Twitter saying, you all are stupid if you think we're going to ban this isn't about banning gas stoves. This is about public health. And now you have a vote, repeal Energy Department rule on gas stoves. You have Republicans voting yay in the House. You have Democrats with a significant portion voting with Republicans, but you have the 181 voting in opposition. Now, why would you do that? If you know you're going to lose, why would you even bother voting? Because you can abstain. You don't have to vote.
Crimson Caveman brings up a good point. I'm just happy to eat. Cancer food, Teflon, I don't care. It's better than starving. So that's why where my mind goes, they can turn off your electric stove. They cannot turn off your gas stove. And so if you rely on your government to eat, you'll do anything they say because you don't want your children to starve to death.
Yes.
And so that is what people are facing. My child might starve to death, so I have to, listen to little Hitler.
We are only 3 meals away from absolute anarchy. Anyways, just to finish my thought about the voting, the reason people vote like this is so they can say that they voted like this.
Yeah.
It's a political move through and through.
Yep. A little nod to their hyper...
to their base saying, hey, I voted against the blah, 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 blah to keep the carbon monoxide out of your house. The Republicans do the same thing. And
then they can say they didn't pass it.
And this is why they also will name bills or acts the Save Battered Women Act, but then on paragraph 67 G, there's $280 million for Ukrainian whatever relief. And then some people are like, we're not going to vote for that. And you're like, oh, you're not going to vote for the Saving Women from Domestic Violence Act, you woman hater. That's how politics work.
No, I just don't want World War III. That's all. I'm trying not to.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
DZ the Wise. What do you?
Completely off topic.
Hey, dude, are you new here? There's nothing that's off topic.
Come on.
But the Bitcoin ETF by BlackRock, I saw a stat today that they've gotten approved. I think it was 545 times, and they've only gotten it like disapproved once. So that tells me that
It's a sure thing.
It's a sure thing. Yeah.
So $12 trillion is now on the table to go and flow into Bitcoin. $12 trillion Bitcoin market cap confirmed. Financial advice.
There it is.
Finally, we're gonna.
Well,
really
a lot
get
of people
this-
bringing up the gas. You know, they cut your gas. Well, if you think of monopolistic power companies versus just going to get your gas tank filled, you know, your little propane tank or whatever you're using, it's a lot easier to. When you have a monopoly of an entire county, an entire state, you know, you literally, like Duke Energy does like all of North Carolina's energy. Yeah, you just hit a button. You know, you can't do that with a consortium, a network of gas suppliers.
Well, also you can get your gas tank filled. Like my parents have a gas tank outside of their house that is filled twice a year.
Yeah.
And so if you just buy more of
Make
those
sure
gas
they're
tanks,
full right now.
and
I
buy the gas.
For my prepper friends, I'm filling up all my gas reserves, refilling them right now. There's been some cyber naughtiness.
It is time to fill up the jerry cans.
Make sure
By
the
the way,
generators work.
go on eBay or Amazon. Amazon. This is some alpha that this is on the blockchain bunker.
Alpha on Amazon, really?
Look, just jerry can. Okay,
And
this is the gas can you want. Okay, don't buy that bullshit in AutoZone. Okay, this is the gas can
why are
you
these
want.
better? I'm curious.
It's more durable.
So what you have in AutoZone now is they have these like anti splashback and anti
They
drip
break.
faucets, and they break and they actually cause more spills than
Yeah, you talk about where you have to like depress.
You have to push it in.
I hate those.
You basically gotta like
so
jack
this
off
doesn't
the
have that.
gas
Sold.
can. Yeah.
I'm sold.
This is the good stuff.
This is just like it is a spout
Yeah,
and a
let's see it
tube,
again, Hogan.
and you pour it in. Like amazing, amazing technology.
How
a spout in a
nature
tube and you
intended.
pour it in.
Well, it's freaking gravity. It's like why do we need all this?
Yeah.
You
We
know,
don't.
like I can see a water line.
Yeah. Instead of giving the gas can a hand job, you can just turn the gas can towards the target
Yeah, you got to
and
quit
pour
like
it in the
rotating
fluid.
and spit on it. And
These
stuff.
I know, it's
these
so
little
weird.
quick nonsense things are a perfect example of, basically trying to make things safer.
Yes.
So they add this addition and then make it all
They
effed.
screw
It's
it
all
up.
jacked up. Now it's
So look,
leaking consistently.
Go on Amazon, buy a
Yeah.
couple jerry cans.
Yeah, it's like
I
the
did.
flame retardant fabrics on couches. It's
Yeah.
like, well, it's cancerous, but now grandma
at
won't
least you-
burn. Oh,
At least
you
you-
know.
at least
your
you'll burn
grandma
alive.
can smoke cigarettes on the couch still.
Yeah,
and
now
not
grandma
work.
could pass
Look at that,
out.
5-gallon metal gas can. Yeah, there
Sorry
you go.
about your baby's cancer.
Buy it right now. Don't even think about it. Stop
Yeah.
thinking.
Jerry cans are good.
Last but not least, RFK Jr. says on Joe Rogan, he is careful that the CIA does not
I
assassinate.
endorse RFK.
Yeah,
he's good.
I bought the hat in Bitcoin Miami. I love it. This will be the second time I've ever voted for a Democrat for president, and I cannot wait. If he is still alive, if the CIA has not assassinated him,
If they don't do it to him what they did to his father,
Or what the
allegedly.
Democrats did to Bernie Sanders.
It'd be too obvious now, though. Look at he's on Joe Rogan. Now
I
he's
know.
gotten millions of views.
I can't wait.
Hey, they might kill me. If that does happen, the Periscope and the knowledge of the masses would focus in on that situation because they've already been preemptively warned about it on one of the largest podcasts on earth.
Sir Quest says this show should be longer, just saying, you're not wrong. We've got so much knowledge to give you people, and we're only here for an hour and 5 minutes a day. Most of it is with me screaming at the microphone. Anyways, RFK Jr., guys, he's great. I like him. Okay. He's got a lot of good stuff to say. He's like laser, it's so weird. He's laser focused on like three things. Number one, getting the United States out of war. Number two, punishing the military industrial complex. And number three, winning. That's pretty much all he talks about. He does not get down in the weeds.
The toxic soup our children swim in.
I'm wondering where his 2A stance is because that's just,
Second Amendment. I don't even think he's going to touch it at this point. He understands government and that you have to be focused on only a few things to actually get anything done. He understands government better than pretty much anyone else running right now. Now, I know, like you can say what you will about Trump. He's really good at playing the press. He's about governing. Biden, he's not even alive. right? Like how many? What?
They got robot backups.
What Biden clone are we on right now? Is it
Probably
like number
10.
12?
I think number 10.
Yeah, like how many times is there's just a vet? There's multiple vats of Bidens underneath the White House right now.
Well, did you see the Eva Longoria clip yesterday?
He's all touching her tits.
What
did you see it?
Yes,
Vivian?
I saw it. He obviously like groped her.
Very
He was groping
disturbing.
Eva Longoria?
Yeah, he. In my opinion, I mean, it looked like a sexual assault, borderline.
Yeah,
I mean,
in front of-
he groped her boobs.
Yeah, on television, live on
And
television.
she like backed off.
She twists his hand away.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Bring it up.
Biden touched
Do we
Eva
need to pull up the
Longoria's
clip?
boobs yesterday.
Am
This
I
is
really
a real
gonna,
thing. It's
am I
weird
really going
that
to
we don't
Joe
acknowledge it.
Biden,
It's
Eva
just normal at this
Longoria?
point.
That
It's not even like the first like 20
And
times.
I'm not gonna, we could do equivalencies here. Where, yeah,
Joe
we
Biden's-
had the previous guy. He says some very ugly things too. But I'm not
Maybe
saying
Twitter.
it's still I'm still looking. This specific incident is pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
All right,
I think
hang
we're
on.
just
Keep on
numb to this
talking.
happening though. It's happened so many times.
Do I know?
It's happened so
That
many
must have
times.
been the
We
real
are numb
Biden
to
though,
it.
because yeah, there you go. He's got it up.
You got it? Yeah, this is bad. There's
That was
the
a
touch
slide.
and the twist. And okay, I wish
That
I
was
didn't
a
come
slide.
here. Very sad.
I don't know.
Keep going. There it is.
Yeah. Look at the strain in her wrist.
Yeah.
She was using force.
Yeah.
That makes me feel weird. Watching this makes me feel weird. It doesn't make me feel as weird as all of the times of Joe Biden like sniffing children's hair and
Oh, he
stuff
doesn't
like
need to
that.
play it like
And the kids like elbowing their way away from Joe Biden.
yeah.
But yeah, this is weird. This makes me feel gross. I don't like it.
It's embarrassing.
I weep for our
Yeah,
country.
I'd want to do the diamond cutter on him if I was her husband.
That's a great way to end the show. Hey,
Yeah.
folks, thanks for hanging out on Blockchain Basement. I'm your host, the Nick Tater. We've had a fantastic group with Vanessa, aka Vivian, aka Junior Writer. We've also got the Druth. We've got Taka. We've got Young Owen, aka Sweet Corn, on the switcher. We've got DZ. We are
Happy Father's Day to
Happy
the fathers.
Father's
We got
Day
some fathers here.
to
Happy
all the
Father's Day.
fathers. Look, we're all just spiritual beings having a human experience. Go outside, touch grass, have a fantastic weekend this weekend. DCA into Bitcoin, it's looking pretty juicy right now. Appreciate y'all. See you at the top.